Thank you, Roshni. And hi, everybody. Hello. 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 I know everybody has exams on Monday. My exams start on Monday, right? Cool. I really appreciate the day scholars. It was really hot today, and you guys stuck around for the meeting. Anyways, from the afternoon, we have classes after the lunch.
Yes, 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock. 2 hours in the summer is still appreciated. Kudos to all the day scholars. Thank you all the volunteers for being here. Meeting number 290. 10 minutes from our milestone meeting 320. Do we have any announcements, official announcements to be made? Yes. Take the stage for 2 minutes. Or less. Time will please time.
Just as a reminder to people, we have an event for Anoka called Dharma Dialogues. If you want to know more, because I'm confused, I won't say much about it. It's a very interesting event. If you feel like volunteering, please feel free to reach out to me, Aarti, or there's a form that's been circulated in the members group. Feel free to fill that out. The deadline for that is 25th March. Then second, we are revamping our Amrita Toastmasters Club website, which we have a website. We don't showcase it a lot, which is why we are revamping it from something I don't show people. So if you are interested in web development, if you have an interest or if you would like to try your hand in web development, please feel free to reach out to me. We'll be taking the team soon and we can get started.
Can only members qualify for
Thank you, Toastmaster Sean. Toastmaster Sean is the coordinator of the Anoka event and also the Vice President of Public Relations. Hence, he's making the announcement. And if I forgot to introduce the three members, I'm Roshni, the club president. Okay. So, we all have a good day. You can say yes or no. I have answers to both. No. So by the end of this meeting, let's make it a good day and get all geared up, excited about exams. We're going to love all the 5 to 8 or 10 of them. Without loyalty, we're going to love all of them. Okay? So shall we get started? All set? Then we're ready. Welcome, Toastmaster Samir. Okay. Well, Samir is accompanying me on stage. I'll introduce the guests. So, guests, please introduce yourself from the side. Guests, run up.
I'm Pranav from Biostix first year. I came here with the market.
Because of Aditya, yeah. After Aditya and Pranav. Yeah.
I am Amrita. I'm from AI first year. I came to Aditya since every time.
They give you a shiny badge, you know what? If they join, that's over there. Know the guests apart. I know you're waiting. Please.
My name is Jay. I'm also first year CCAI. And like many others, I came to Aditya.
Okay. And please introduce yourself. Start with telling your name. Please introduce yourself. Shanu, you can say something to me.
Okay, so my name is Anand. I'm from first year aerospace. I actually want to come from.
Shanu, okay. You can say Aditya part 2. Name? Anand. Welcome, guest Anand. Anand, please introduce yourself.
I'm studying first year CSC at Amrita. So I got to know this because of Aditya, not just Aditya. So Toastmasters culture only being popularized because of Aditya's.
Okay. PPM is not done, so she will not take updates. Welcome, guest Anand.
What do you expect from meeting here? What's your idea about what the meeting will be like?
So, to be honest, I have no idea. It's zero. So, I don't know any sort of procedure on this. So, I can't,
Okay, look forward to a session that's called favorite topic session. Okay, surprise alert. Yes, Vishnu, please.
I am like looking here, like you, but I'm learning from you guys. And I'm here because of the
Please, yeah. Welcome to the
I currently doing my PhD in GIC. So I got to know about this from my ma'am and physics. So we just it's a good change for us on a Friday to up here.
The name again?
Shibi.
Shibi.
Essentially, yeah, Shibi.
Shibi. Okay, welcome to the club, yes, Shibi. We also have another name, alias name, Amrita Toastmasters. So I hope you get the relaxation that you were looking for. And today I'm excited that we're going to have the Icebreaker marathon. We're going to get
Second icebreaker marathon.
Yeah, second.
yeah, for this term, and it's just been 3 months. We have to this is the second, and it's guaranteed by embarrassing stories. But if the speaker decides to add more embarrassing stories, sure we'll get more stories, and we remember them forever. I remember Toastmasters experience Icebreaker speech till now. From title, and I asked her to script today so that I can remember all the embarrassing stories that she told. So all the best to all the 5 speakers today. Over to the general evaluator.
Today we'll be having a icebreaker marathon, as we mentioned, and this is sort of an icebreaking session between new members and the club. So this will be an opportunity for the club to know members, and members can introduce themselves to the club in a very interesting way. Like she said, embarrassing stories that will be remembered for a lifetime, or a sweet story that will be that will serve as source of inspiration for us. Okay. I'm the general evaluator today, and my role here is to evaluate the flow of the meeting. But I'm not able to, this is not a job that I can do alone. So I have a beautiful tag team with me. So let me call upon the team from the tag team. Timer, Toastmaster here.
And it is very important to time everyone's speeches. So I'll be doing that today. I'll be showing for the best speaker. I'll be showing the green card at 4 minutes, the other card at 5 minutes, and the red card at 6 minutes. For the favorite topic session, I'll be showing the green card at 1 minute, and the yellow card at 1 minute 30 seconds, and the red card at 2 minutes. And for the individual evaluator's speech, I'll be showing the green card at 2 minutes, yellow card at 2.5 minutes, and red card at 3 minutes. And there's an additional buffer time of 30 seconds for each.
Thank you, panel. The next person, the accountant. Toastmaster Roshni.
Thank you, General Evaluator. So I'm accountant for today. No need to be conscious. Talk all you want, pause all you want, but I'm going to say. I have a notebook, all the R's, you knows, like, buts, and the commonly repeated phrases. Toastmasters uses eventually, as always. She's not there, that would work twice, but I should be a different person for balance. Okay, I'm counting all the pillars, pauses, relax, give a awesome speech, everything is fine.
Thank you, accountant. Yes, the G in the tag team. The grammarian, Toastmaster.
As my host suggests, I would be making note of your use of language, whether it be interesting words, vocabulary, or phrases. I will be making note of both good usage of this and phrases that need improvement, and I will be mentioned whether it was upon me. And it is also my job to introduce the word of opinion. But before I do that, I have a question for all of you. How many of you have been infuriated when your favorite song was on? I see some people who have been guilty of that too. So in that shared spirit, I will introduce the word of the day, gatekeep, which is something I'm sure you have heard of if you're sparsely online, or you must have come across this phrase gaslight, gatekeep, 4% online. So the meaning of this word is to control who gets resources, power, or opportunities. But the politicians have changed interestingly since its use on the internet, and it now comes to mean someone who polices a particular resource, especially a form of media and its meaning. For example, fans of liquid music tend to be massive gatekeepers. Again, the word is gatekeeper. The meaning is to police a particular resource and its meaning in the mainstream culture. Thank you and happy.
Thank you. The word is written here, the word gatekeep, the word of the day. I encourage gatekeep.
The word has been gatekeeped.
Yeah. First you said shout out. Actually gave me the shout out, not me. So, but I encourage all of you to use the word of the day. So moving on, this is the tag team. So today we'll have three sessions. We'll have a prepared speech session. We'll have a table topic session, and then we have the evaluation session. Let's start with the prepared speech session. We have 5 prepared speakers. They'll break the ice, and they have 5 individual evaluators. Yeah, that's it. Thanks. So this is their first speech in their pathways, and this is their level 1. So and to introduce the objectives of of all of their projects, I will call upon one of the individual evaluators, Toastmasters.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Please don't be fed up. There are so many guys that have to come here today. Okay. So I'm individual evaluator for one of the speakers, Himanshu, Toastmaster Himanshu. And since all the speeches are same, I'll be explaining the motto for everybody's speech, which is Icebreaker speech. We are trying to create ice between the club, the guests, the members, everybody, and between them and the speaker. And in this speech, primary goal is for the speaker to introduce themselves to the club in whichever way they want, personal, humorous, informational, statistical, if you are a hyperachiever or but let's not go there. You can introduce any form of speech or any method to introduce yourself to the club. There will also be one more element that will be evaluated, which is if you are able to write a script. The speech's first goal is if you are able to put together a script and your chance to deliver it to the crowd. So all the best. And other qualities like open variety, body language, gestures, all of it will be evaluated as well. So all the best to all the speakers. Over to the general evaluation.
I feel like I'm gatekeeping all the individual evaluators for you guys. Well, the first speaker of the day is Toastmaster Himanshu. Toastmaster Himanshu. Transformation. Toastmaster Himanshu.
Good evening, everyone. My name is I'm a first year student of CSC in this esteemed university. Today I am going to deliver my first ever given icebreaker session to everyone who are in this meeting. So, has anyone ever felt that they need a change in their life? Might be anything like physical, mental, and so got to that point where you felt it and you wanted to get a transformation. What was that?
I wanted academic change. Actually, so first, Amrita has been testing the teaching and the college with the evaluation system, the rigorous way of teaching. It's very hard to cope up. So yes, we have the academic.
So everyone has their own kind of way they need it. So for me, it was a physical thing. I mean, I wanted to transform from being fat to fit. When I was in the first year, I used to be a bit chubby. Too much to be precise. Uh, I used to be a heavy foodie. I I didn't have a proper discipline on my food habits. Even though my parents tried to knowledge me on the basic importance of having a balanced diet, I used to brush up all their lectures and I used to hit the sack and think what else could I try new the next week. Food. So in the first year, I used to be a healthy 125 kgs. So, uh, yeah, even though I knew it, I just used to neglect the fact that I was fit. And I used to get bullied actually. I used to be doing bullying in school. I ignored that stuff, but one day I thought of enough is enough. I need a transformation. So on that day, I thought the whole day, night, uh, I know what I needed to do, like what can I do to make it a sustainable change. Should I consult a doctor, a nutritionist, or should I make a change which I feel fit for myself? So I started to control my diet. I started eating healthy food. I joined a basketball academy so that I could increase my metabolism by playing a sport I like. I used to like sports since I was a child. So I took that as it's a motivational thing for me, so I opted for this. I played for some 2 months. Then my father, my brother, showed me a photo of the famous Olympian, Mr. Arnold Schwarzenegger. I was uh, so pursued by that photo that I I forced my parents to join me in a gym, in a local gym. So I went, joined the gym. Then for 2 months, I have trained, tried different exercises, started lifting weights. Uh, then after 2 months, I looked myself in the mirror. I saw, it's not a drastic change. I started losing hope. Well, sad. So I thought of quitting gym and start just go with the flow, thought of it like that. Then my brother persuaded me, he accompanied me to the gym. We became gym partners that day. So I trained for a few more months. After I think 4 to 6 months, I saw a slight change in my physical state. I was happy. I was extremely happy. So I continued on and on. In the span of 1 year, I lost almost of 45 kgs. And I, since then, I've been going to the gym and uh, I felt happy every time I went there and it was so refreshing for me to go to the gym. So, and, I was most of all, I was getting addicted to the pump. So I worked really hard for this. I deserve what I am right now. So to conclude this, I'll say so everyone has something or the other they want to change, right? So for the change, we really need to work hard. Even though we need a person to support us. So transformation starts from the us all. So transformation starts from. Thank you.
Master Himanshu, that was a beautiful story. That was a very beautiful story. You put a lot of efforts and I truly respect that. So, I'm sure all of us had some sort of transformations that we had undergone at certain points in our lives. Let's move on to the next speech. Next debate speaker is Toastmaster Roshni, who will be guided by Toastmaster G. Guided is because we look at the great actually. So, all the best, Toastmaster Roshni. Toastmaster Roshni, what do I do? What do I do? Question mark. Toastmaster Roshni.
As I navigated through my school years, one question kept triggering. What do you want to be when you grow up? Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I'm Roshni. I'm in second year AI branch. Today I'm here to give my icebreaker speech. That question that I just talked, that I said out, it had a lot of answers. It depended on what phase I was in my life. When I was 10 years old, I got the doctor kit as a gift. And I said, I want to become a doctor when I grow up. 2 years later, we had an annual day, and I was the tallest girl in class. And we had to do salsa. And we couldn't find a group that was taller than me, so I had to do salsa with a girl. And when they saw that I was so tall, I don't think I'm not anymore. When I was so tall, my friends and family said you should get into sports. 2 years after that, I attended a wedding and I was putting mehndi on everyone's hands, I was braiding everyone's hair, and I used to do all these paintings. And they said you get into lift and you become fashion designer, sure. So everyone had different opinions for what I have to do with my life. I had no clue what I wanted to do. One day, it was Women's Day, and my mom got a message from my cousin. It said, Happy Women's Day, Akka. The way you do it all is a true inspiration for me. I thought that is what I want to do. I want to emulate how my mom, with so much grace, manages to have so many roles in her life and still balances perfectly between her career and her family. That is what I thought. I want to do it all. But when I was about 18 years old, that wasn't a valid answer anymore. I couldn't just say I want to do it all. I needed either a career. I needed to make career choice. I asked my dad what to do, and he said, just do what you like. Simple enough, right? It wasn't so simple then. I thought hard, I thought really hard. And I thought I'd become an architect because it was the best of both worlds. I loved math and art. So I thought that would be the perfect career choice for me. But no, I'm doing artificial intelligence. So what happened? Let's just think what happened. I wasted all my days scrolling through my phones, watching series, getting sidetracked from my goals. So sometimes the path that we envision for us isn't always what we achieve, isn't what always we end up doing. I somehow found myself on a journey and I ended up here, in a place that fits me best. And surrounded by people, such lovely people that I now consider as my second family. But after entering the university, I realized I have a new fear and a new problem, stage fear. I didn't know what to do because we had to give all the speeches, and it was in second term when we had CIR, and I had to come up with a speech. It shook me. I didn't know what to do. I tried to procrastinate. I was the last one to give my speech, I think. I tried to procrastinate it as much as possible. So that is when I have to give credits to Subhashini for Toastmasters Subhashini for this. She was always the confident speaker in the class. She would always volunteer to go first. And I thought if I surround myself with people like how she does, that would be helpful for me too. And that is when I got to know about this club Toastmasters. And when I came to attend the first meeting, I saw how encouraging everyone is. It's okay if I stutter. It's okay if I look not so smart. It's okay if I don't know how to put my words forward. And still, everyone showed appreciation. And that gave me confidence. And that is what I'm hoping will happen in the future too. I'm hoping I'll fight my stage fear and also improve myself in any way possible. Thank you.
Why is your stage here? We share Toastmasters. The Toastmasters Subhashini is Sajna comes in case you didn't know who she is. She's a very bold and fearless person. She is not here because she has an assigned function. But that is another case we debated. Moving on to the next speaker. The next speaker is Toastmaster Anand Mahadev, who shall be evaluated by Toastmaster Ritvik. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Who shall be evaluated by Toastmaster Mahadev. So you see, Ritvik is finishing his level 1 and finishing with level 1. See, the last part of project of your level 1 includes being evaluated. And as a part of this last project, he is he is being evaluated, and Toastmaster Mahadev is evaluating. So this is why you see 3 names here rather than just 2 names. If you have confusion. So the next speaker, Toastmaster Anand. A movie is worth more than 1,000 words. A movie is worth more than 1,000 pictures.
1,000 pictures.
Something is already summarized your views, but for my sake, I'll do it again. I will be evaluating. Please come to this. Samir already summarized what I will be doing, but I will do it again. So I will Toastmaster the tricks evaluated and evaluating his evaluation. So this will be L1 P4 and L1 P4 has three sections. You have to deliver 2 speeches and you have to evaluate the speech. So this is the third part of L1. And after all the evaluations are done, I will evaluate and my evaluation.
I have wanted to change the spelling. No, I did it wrong. Toastmaster Anand. A movie is worth more than 1,000 pictures. A movie is worth more than 1,000 pictures. Toastmaster Anand.
When you heard the speech title, a movie is worth more than 1,000 pictures. Does something else similar ring a bell in your mind? Anyone? Yes. Yes.
A picture is worth more than 1,000 words.
Yes. A picture is worth more than 1,000 words. If we agree upon that fact, then we should also agree upon the fact that a movie is worth more than 1,000 pictures. Today, I'm going to show you a movie. The movie is about me. I'm the hero, and sadly, there's no hero in it, so please adjust to that. And villains guess a lot. I will reveal the most powerful villain of mine. And the movie is about my first speech experience when I was in 8th standard. Now, before we get into the movie, let me give you a trailer. So, the trailer is about me. My name is Anand Aditya, and I was born in Coimbatore. I still live in Coimbatore. I completed my schooling in famous Nadella. I think you guys know about it. And I prepared for JEE. I got some good marks, and finally I got Amrita. Amrita was a choice for me because I did not want any mind race that's happening, mindless race that's happening in NITs and IITs because the friends are suffering and very close to me. So now let's get on to the movie. So be ready with your popcorn, guys. And the movie starts. Once upon a time, before starting the movie, I want to ask you a question. How many of you were first benchers in your school? A lot of people there. Yes. For those of you who are not first benchers, you can relate to the first bencher friends of yours, right? Now, how do these people behave? They sit in the front. Even if the teacher asks a very obvious question, they will be the first one to raise their hands and answer it. Teacher will be like, "What is 1 plus 2?" And before if anyone else answers, they will be the first one to raise their hand again and tell 3, ma'am. Yes. But why do they do that actually? They do that to they take a pride in the fact that they'll be the first one to answer, and they also want to impress the teachers. So, but any of you raise the hands, like any of you like that kind of first picture, very like that kind of first picture. Yes. To be honest, I was also that kind of first picture. So, and still one trait hasn't left me, which is impressing a teacher. Still, I try to impress one teacher in my class. That's a different story. So, one day what happened was, my English teacher in 8th standard, Nikita, she announced in the class, students, this week we are going to have our morning assembly program and we are going to organize it. So, I want someone who can speak about Mahatma Gandhi, Mahatma Gandhi, on October 1. And what she asked was, she asked for volunteers. I didn't raise the hand obviously because I was such a nerd that I don't even do other stuff other than studies. I don't even think about anything else. Only studies. Someone already imprinted trait in my mind that you should get marks. That was my universe. Getting marks, impressing teachers, impressing parents, impressing your crush. That's it. That was my life in 8th standard. Okay? And I didn't volunteer, obviously. But many people volunteer. But you know the cruel character of teachers, which is even if they ask for volunteers, they won't pick the volunteers. They will pick the person who doesn't volunteer. Right? So what happened was my teacher picked me. Anand, why don't you do? And I was like standing there. I was stuck in a dilemma. Okay. Every part he advised that Anand, this is not your opportunity. You never spoke before in public, and now if you go and do it, and if you make any mistake, it's going to be more ashamed. And the angel part of me advised that Anand, look, if you reject this opportunity, you will break the good impression that the teacher had on you. And your crush is looking from your back. She will literally think that you are a coward. So please accept this offer. That's what she said. The angel said. And I accepted the angel's offer and said, yes, ma'am. Now, as a teenager, we used to have these fantasies, right? Fantasy, yeah, we live in fantasy. Now, I imagine this speech, how it's gonna go. And it was like this. Myself walking onto the stage, holding the mic, and started speaking about Gandhi, his principles, non-violence, not hurting others, patriotism. And at the end of the speech, the crowd erupts and they start celebrating it. And yes, a BGM of Chota yes, that runs in the background. And from the distance, your crush looks at you and starts blushing at you. That was the first one, sorry. So that was the imagination, of course. The reality was far different. When I walked onto the stage on October 1, it was such an awkward silence. Everyone was staring at me, and the first thing I noticed was all of my audience were standing under a scorching sun. Okay, so it was me who was responsible for them to stand under the sun. Sunlight was piercing through their skin, and I was responsible because I made them to listen to my speech of not harming others, the Gandhian principles. Yes, this was the most ironic part. So I began my speech. I already memorized it word to word because I wrote an entire speech for one full page, and then I rehearsed it 10 times. So speaking on stage was nothing but my 11th rehearsal. So I just spoke in a mechanical way. I looked at the sky and then I started speaking. And in the halfway, I stopped because I forgot everything. And then there was such an awkward silence, you know. Everyone was staring at me, and I immediately started my teacher who actually advised me to go and speak. She gave me a hopeful nod. And then I remember the last two sentences, I spoke it and I ended it soon. I escaped from the stage. I never wanted to speak again. So this is the end of the movie. The powerful will and fear defeated me. And yes, this is the end of the part 1. Still part 2 is yet to come. The part 2 of the movie is in Amrita in Toastmasters. And here I am, reintroducing myself. My name is Anand Mahadev. My passion is to be a leader for my people, to make them laugh and to make them happy while I am with the Parya with me. And yes, this is my passion. And that's why I chose the path dynamic leadership. And yes, in the part 1, I rarely had any supporting members for the protagonist. For the protagonist to win, we need to have the supporting characters, right? I didn't have that in the part 1. But yes, now I have. You are my supporting friends. Without you, the protagonist Anand will not win. He will not kill the fear, he will not kill the enemy. But now he has. So we'll go for the enemy, we will slash the enemy and destroy it. Over to the gentleman.
I see you in a different light, Anand. I do. But the evaluator will shed light upon that. The next speaker is Toastmaster Aditya. He will be evaluated by Toastmaster Travis Valley. So, good luck, Toastmaster Aditya. Toastmaster Aditya, the boy who lived. The boy who lived. Toastmaster Aditya.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Good morning. So, who am I? Well, today I am your speaker. Tomorrow, hopefully, your friend. But in the short time, the ice remains between us. I am Toastmaster Aditya. And how do we begin this? Oh, yes, the boy who lived. Anyone guess where that's from? There you go, the boy who lived. Because I love the and this stood out to me as a truth. I also, okay, who loves music? Show of hands. Perfect. Who loves ice cream? Perfect. Just checking and speaking to the right audience. I don't know what kind of people you are. So let's start at the very beginning. I was born in Coimbatore in the year 2005. And I had a relatively boisterous upbringing. I didn't really know how the world outside was very sheltered. And what you do with sheltered kids that get very naughty at the age of 4, you shift them off to LKG and hope school does what they do with them and take them discipline. What happened was I ended up in school And I enjoyed the first couple of years. I was very energetic and that turned out to be a challenge for my teachers, but I think they got through it. Not with all their sanity, but they did get through it. And when I came to around, let's say, third grade, I was 8 years old. The reason that is so special to me is because I have a younger brother, Devansh, who is also 8 years old. And whenever I forget how annoying 8-year-old kids are, I have to do it. So, what happened was that there was a speech competition. But there were different parts. And I, being the ever-loving narrator I love storytelling. So I decided, why not tell the story? I would say I walked up the stage. What happened was, me and another contestant got into a fight. And he basically pushed me out straight on the stage. And I fell down in front of an audience of 45 people. And my teacher was glancing at me in shock, going, "Hey, okay." But I got up. I am proud that I got up because I had hope that my story would make it. And my character that I decided was funny. You know the role? Think the series where the guy with 3 heads. I love him because he was the epitome of something I love, hope. It didn't matter how intelligent he was, how dumb society considered him to be, how many times he failed, he had hope. And I kind of carried that through. Of course, the story didn't go as well as I hoped. And I kind of left speaking for quite a bit. It was 8 years before I was speaking again in the 11th grade. But the moment I did, there was something very powerful there. As a speaker, I'm pretty sure many of you know, you don't choose the words. You never do. The words choose you. They flow to you. It's as if they were meant to be said from you. And the moment I had that feeling, I decided, let me go for the debate. Debate isn't usually where you have finesse or any verbal vocabulary is more about beating the other person down and they can't speak anymore. But I did so well that my teacher suggested, have you heard about Toastmasters? I was 15 at the time and I was, what's Toastmasters? But okay, toasted, but what do you think Toastmasters? But they told me it was something I would love. And when I checked, they said, you can come join us in 3 years. So what I did in the meantime was I kept speaking, I kept falling in love. And what happened eventually is that I came here. This amazing place, these amazing people. And if that was all there was to it, I wouldn't be here. Because we are missing out a very important part. At the age of 5, I was afflicted with a terrible disease. It was the swelling of an organ in my nose that prevented me from breathing. To put this in perspective, everyone deep breaths. Exhale. Not a yoga class, but to put this in perspective, I couldn't feel what you just felt until I was 15 years old. I didn't know what it was like. And as everyone knows, if something affects the nose, it affects everything. I love music, but I couldn't hear it. I love ice cream, but I couldn't eat it. And for 13 long years, I felt that something was missing. But there was a part of me, hidden, that always said, you know what? Despite all this pain, despite us lying here on this bed, covering our ears because they won't stop pain, one day we will look back on this, all of this pain, and you will laugh. And I can't believe the strength of that. That is where I come from. That is who I am. And I strive to be that every day. And what helps me are these things. Now, I'm pretty sure most of you are very familiar with my grandfather's compass. It doesn't point north for all of you who don't know, but it points north for me. It points me to home, the truest place where I can be myself. And this, well, this little doohickey is a globe. Nothing is proportion, so no geography with no cheating, sorry. But
The doctor who delivered me gave me this globe on a whim. I was just looking at it through a window. But what happened was she saw me, she saw that childlike curiosity. She saw that wanting of people, of nurture. And she gave me this as a symbol that I will never be able to. And what that did to me was unbelievable. Because when I think about that, I say, you know what, there may come a day that my willpower will fail, that I will want to quit, that I will give up and say bye to everything I have ever known. But as long as I have these, as long as I have my people, today is not that day. Hope is never near, even if it's near. And I guess I would like to say it was lovely to meet you all. The boy who did get to stay.
Once in a while, we hear something that moves you very deeply. I think this was one such instance. Thank you for that beautiful story out there. I think that came as a shock to me. The terrible received fiction. I'm sure it related to all of us. That's another hopeful story for us. And today, the last story, the person who will share her story is Toastmaster Silly, who will be evaluated by Toastmaster Roshni. Toastmaster Silly, I wish you all the best. Toastmaster Silly, unveiling in many layers. Unveiling in many layers. Toastmaster Silly.
Hello everyone. I want to start off by asking you guys a question. Have you felt that you have a different personality and become a situation as a personality you show? Raise your hand if you like. That's it. Quite about this. So, today I want to take you guys on a journey to my different ways, to my different personalities, and introduce myself to you. First, there's social media. Picture me in a room full of people, jumping from conversation to conversation, being center of attention, making jokes, making everyone laugh, and cracking silly jokes. That's me. But there is another side, the quiet observer. Give me a good book and a comfy corner, and I'll just be happy to sit there, read a book, and observe people, and soak in the world around me. That's another side of me. And sometimes I get a bit too carried away and become a member. If my surroundings tell me times where I've taken the book that I'm reading to the bathroom with my feet rising. And there's the other side, where I do explore new things, learn new things. I've tried my hand in everything, from playing the keyboard, but most people say that I sound like a cat crying while playing the keyboard, but I like to think otherwise. And even making amazing things. But most of the times, I do bake amazing cakes, but sometimes I end up making disasters. And they look like a little bit disasters, but they taste amazing, so I think that should matter. Uh, and to be honest, the first time I baked, I almost ended up burning my house. I was trying to bake brownies, and after I put them in the oven, I forgot that I put them in the oven and I got carried away reading a novel. And at the point of my mom's lovely sense of smell, I went right that day and wrote a song. But I got a batch of freshly baked brownies instead. They were good, but they were amazing. And so this part of me stems from my inner curious explorer. I like to learn new things, explore new things, and learn different things. And they might be a bit unconventional or weird or different for others. But for me, that's something I want to do and learn. Like I said, with art, we are skating. I definitely couldn't complete, but I did drop into full sprint. I almost broke my back. And when it was definitely a founding experience for my coach, and I appreciate the confidence of this board. And well, this university, like the little clumsy, uh, the clumsy person I am. Let's just say that I've perfected the art of stumbling, or the graceful stumbling, but trying something new like a yoga pose. It's more like space, planting myself on the yoga mat, but well, that's a part of adventure, right? You stumble and every stumble becomes a new lesson and a fun story for future captains. And now here, I am, the reason I'm here today can be attributed to another facet of myself, of my personality, and that is lifelong learning. I always like to learn something new, explore, and increase my skill set. Maybe mastering a new skill, or maybe forming a new connection, or deep, new really deep connection with something. Uh, and this is where I believe Toastmaster comes in. I believe that this community will help me in developing my communication in such a way that I will be able to adapt my communication style to any situation. It could be when I'm doing an amazing presentation in board or making jokes with my friends and family. I want to be able to change my communication style depending on the situation and adapt accordingly. And I believe one day that you will all be able to share your players with me as well, like I did today. And I thank you for having me here today. And this is what I believe Toastmasters is about, where we get to connect with each other, learn with each other layer by layer, and contribute towards building a community as vibrant and multifaceted as individuals are. Thank you.
Toastmasters say that this is a beautiful city. I do hope you get to form more connections here. I hope you find the connections you're looking for. Moving on to the next session, people, the table topic session. Yes, you better be ready. We have a table topic master. The table who's ready to engage us. Toastmaster, who's up? Looking forward to one session.
So, hello everybody. I didn't speak to anything. Let's break it down. Who will volunteers? Any volunteers? Please. If you could swap lives with someone for a day.
For those of you wondering what new topics are, we have topics, random topics like this, 1-2 minutes on each. So, if I could swap, what is it again, lives with someone for one day, who would it be? Some days I think it should be my professors, just so that I can figure out what's happening. Like the day before the exam, that's like, if I was the one making the question paper, when I saw that, I know the answers as well. But most of the days, I'm pretty fine being who I am. Also, when I said professors, like, sir, when I said professor, sir, not you, sir. Thank you, sir. Most of the days, I'm pretty fine being me. I'm a very excellent person. I very much like how I am. And I'm just actually just boosting my own ego here. So, I'm actually pretty fine being me. I do not see any problems in me. Mostly because I've been me for the past 19 years. So I don't know if I've grown used to it or it's like I was born like this, but I'm fine with being me. So if I had to choose someone to change to just for a day, I would probably still remain as
If you could eliminate one thing from your daily routine, what would it be?
I could eliminate one could possibly be. I'm trying to say that. Things that I love to research. I love to run, eat a lot, but eating it was like I especially like myself don't like to splash. I usually stay in the floor so that I can breathe speak with them. I can have conversations where I can learn from them. But here, this part, this dance part is definitely the first one. As you guys are more into the dance, but myself is the one thing that I will make from my daily routines.
What is small act of kindness or experience where
So the topic given to me is a small act of kindness which I experienced in my life had a greater impact on me. So one such situation is, let's say, when I was going to basketball practice, that day I was suffering fever, and then my coach was very strict. Won't let me finish and go for a practice unless run for 2.8 kilometers. I was tired. I couldn't run. And then, glad enough, I saw a very distant person who I met. I was very young. I was glad enough to recognize him. And told the coach that I ran, but technically he took me on the bike and then dropped me back to the practice. And then there are multiple instances where I see people asking for drops, quick stops to drop them on other place. The amount of joy you feel when someone drops you, an unknown person or stranger who's ready and glad enough to help you, lend a helping hand, that changes a lot. The moment changes your happiness. God knows what they've been experiencing throughout the day. They've been into such a tiresome day, and they've been looking for a small act of kindness from a person. And the person is ready to offer that helping hand, it transforms them. From that point of time, after I took my license, anyone I see in the road asking for a small lift or anything, I'm glad to drop him as far as I can. So this is one act in my life, change your daily habit of way or routine which I do. So yeah, I wish I give everyone the happiness which I experience.
next I would like to call guest Nadella. If you could have a dinner party with only three people, you got it. Who would you invite?
Okay, so one person whom I would want to have a dinner party with is my inspiration, Virat Kohli. He's been my greatest inspiration because of the way he lives with his life. Literally everyone, like even the Indian fans, literally many people, yeah, he is one of the person who's most loved as well as the most hated. Probably because of his aggression or probably because of his attitude on the field. But then I won't say that's his aggression. Like it's more of his passionate nature towards the sport rather than aggression. He's not being a really rude guy and all. And he's the person his parents died, his dad died when he was playing under 19 or something. Not under 19, like somewhere in 2006 or so. And he still decided to play cricket, play for the state team, despite all the hardship he has to face. That shows the amount of passion which he shows towards the game. And despite despite the way he lost the World Cup, I would like to remember Virat Kohli as one of the greatest players I've ever seen. And I'm glad to I'm fortunate enough to meet him once. And I've watched an IPL match. It was RCB versus Mumbai, and we won that game. And that day was it was Anushka Sharma's birthday, so she was sitting on top. I saw her, but then I couldn't meet her. But then they actually focused the camera on us and we had to take a song for her.
I think I know food dish here. Yeah. Thank
Next.
What's the most effective travel skill? And what do you learn?
Sorry guys, I train is a little bit laggy. That's the reason. 3 days stuff. 1960. Okay. So flashback time on back to 2017 March. So that was it. I actually went to Singapore. It was my second foreign trip actually. First one was both. This one also with my family. So it was actually a 13-day trip. Quite a bit a long trip to be honest. But yeah, it was a good, great trip. So no, Singapore is one of the best countries that I have been to. I mean, I have only been to three, so you can take. You can't take my word for it, but still, yeah, it's one of the best countries. I enjoyed the trip a lot. I saw places which were very different to what I've seen in this country. Very sometimes very modern, sometimes very culturalistic, and in a lot of ways different from my home country. So, as of what I learned from the trip, I learned that the world is a huge place. We all stay in this one city, or move on to the next city, stay there. But we only know few cities. But the world is a very huge place. When you go to a separate country with separate culture, tradition, history, etc., you know that the world is far different, diverse from what you know. That is something I learned in 2017. From that day on, the inclusivity in my mind has increased a lot. I before this I couldn't take on some stuff like, for example, I'm actually a vegetarian. I until that trip I would say I don't like sitting with non-veg people. Because my home everybody is vegetarian, I eat vegetarian, so that's like that. But from that point on, I learned to include people in my life. I learned to respect other people's wishes. I learned to respect other people's beliefs. That is something which I recommend all of you to think about. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you guys. Now over to the team.
Thank you, David Master. Thank you for the session. Very engaging. Your questions were very engaging. On to the final session of the day, the evaluation sessions. I'll call upon the executive evaluators to evaluate the speakers, and then I'll call upon the directing. First speaker was Master Himanshu, and so this evaluator is Toastmaster Roshni. I presume.
Thank you, William. Back. How was Manchu's speech? I'll tell them. I know we all have all thoughts. I'll tell them. So, while listening to your speech, I was trying to take evaluation notes, but what happened was I was taking notes. What to learn, what can I expect? Because the moment the speech started, I knew where it was going. The speech started with a question, which I liked. That way you try to get your audience inside. And You expose the challenge that you faced. Yes, sorry about the bullies. We would have dumped you no matter how you looked or how shy you were when you came inside the school. Sorry about the bullies. Bullies are bad, don't bully people. And you had a good structure to your speech where you exposed the problem, then you sat around with your thought process for a while, this is how I was feeling, this is what I was facing, then you went to the solution part, which is towards the climax. And you stayed there for a while. You explored what you tried first, then you a detour, then when you came back, you needed your brother to be there, the support system. Although you didn't explicitly talk about my mom is the so it's the person, my dad is so it's the person, I have a sibling. Through your story, you were able to get your family structure and how they treat you, how your brother is supportive, and how you didn't focus much on the parents, but I got how you feel about your parents. You exposed your family, exposed your mindset, and then you went to the climax. You gave us the solution, the ending. Then the conclusion was also solid. There is gave us all something to take away from. Although the speech was something to take away from, you concluded everything and you told us this is something you guys can take away from. So that was how your speech had a good structure and a graph. It all looked good. Now, the parts I would like to tell are you came to the stage for your first speech, the confident, pretty much some suggestions in that gesture of coming to the stage and taking upon a speech and delivering to the audience. I felt like you were a bit shy, obviously for the first speech, where I think you were thinking about what to tell next by taking pauses. It was a very relaxed speech, content was small, organized, and you took lots of pauses in it. You looked here, you looked there for the next sentence that you wanted to say. That's something you can reduce by practicing more or getting more close to your content or making a mental link on what you're doing. And not sure as I was taking notes instead of evaluation notes, I think the movement was limited as well. If the movement was fine, even if you're taking a stand for different parts of the story, you can take different places on the stage. If you're going to the conclusion body, so you could take structures like the triangle or three different places for your body, and you can take some gestures, the hands, eye contact. Like that's like eye contact with quick stars as well. You could have, today most of the speakers were facing the side, I don't know why, but Pranav was sitting there with black and white shirt. People could have noticed it more as well. And to conclude, those were the recommendations. Please focus on that in the upcoming speeches, takeaways. Overall, I loved your content, how you delivered it, how you organized it. The things that I loved were the discipline that you had, and what changed, you need to work hard, and transformation starts from self. You are a real story, a walking story, something that we can always draw inspiration from. Thank you.
Next, individual validator is the next individual validator is Toastmaster Planner. He will validate Toastmaster. One people, black and white shirt.
Why are you so obsessed with my black and white shirt? It's well designed. Very well designed black and white shirt. It's beautiful. Hey, Toastmaster Roshni. Very interesting that I get to say that now because we know each other for like 2 years now. If you guys don't know, Toastmaster Roshni is in my class and we were groupmates in Sem 2, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, it's really interesting to see you here. And it's very cool to see a lot of my classmates coming to Toastmasters. Anyway, this next question. Anyway,
on to the actual speech. So I think, what do I do? I think the one thing I got out of the speech was relatable. This every little better but just like not understanding as you're growing up what you're meant to be, being pulled in all these different directions. I feel like I mean, it's obviously related to me because I'm the same. It's probably also relatable to everyone else. Um, I think that is something you did excel at. Is, being able to pull the audience in with these very like familiar stories that a lot of people can have like very similar stories, and that's how you pull people in. And at the end, you said you were anxious. You said that you you were panicking for like 1 week for the CAS speech, and I hope I speak for everyone here. But it did not feel like you were anxious at all. You were on stage, and that leads me to my um, this is my positive point. You are very comfortable in this stage. You are able to move around from around here to here. You had really good eye contact. I also think you made eye contact with me in particular. I didn't see your eyes like darting around most of the stage. From all the way that corner to the back and um, I can only speak from my perspective. I don't know about anyone else. You also had good gestures. Although one thing that I improved on with the gestures is you could have had little more variety with them. You did tend to do this a lot of the time. Like this was just like other than one gesture I think you made, but mostly this was just like a peripheral like places your hand went, and you can be a little more like grandiose with your gestures. You can do the Shah Rukh Khan thing. I don't know. You can do. Okay, well, Aditya was a very good example of being grandiose gestures on the stage. But yeah, you can be a little more unreserved with your gestures. The things you could have done better, this just keeps on getting said with every single speech, I'll just get it over. You technically could have had audience interaction. That is something college speakers did do today. It is optional, so if it fits in your speech, you can do it. So just keep that in mind for future speeches. You could have had more vocal variety. I felt like even though the gestures you were making were really good, you did kind of have a very flat tone for the entire speech. So that's what you could have improved on. And also you could have been louder, but I think that's mainly because of the room and the fact that the answers were a lot of people who came on stage weren't very loud, at least in comparison to other rooms. So yeah, that's it. Thank you. I must say, I think a negative evaluation. Next speaker, the next individual evaluator will be calling Toastmaster Toastmaster He's not so good.
Congratulations on your Icebreaker speech. Wonderful speech. I really loved how you started with how explaining a topic. A picture is more than 1,000 words, and then how you started and how you fell into your speech, how you explained the whole topic with your gestures. I really love your gestures. Like how you explain it, there's this whole variety of gestures. I could learn from you. So that was how you showed like this and your girlfriend. That was awesome. I love how you interacted with the guests. You showed, you pick up people, ask them to tell what it is. And the first sense perspective, what does the first venture do? I really love that. Forward, your eye contact would have been like that. You're mostly focused on second and third, not the corners really miss. And you were a bit nervous, and I was also as you were learning. You could have been a bit more like I saw this standard, a few places. That could have been better. And overall, you had a terrific speech. Your clarity was good, your voice intonation, you take necessary pauses. Full complete speech. That was also good. Your audience awareness was good. you were really comfortable in this stage. As I said, your walking could have been better. You were mostly erratic. You would walk here and then there. This place was used for, and then you suddenly move to the side. You could have been, you could have used the triangle. How to explain. Other than that, I really lost track of time when I heard your speech.
That's running good. Right. What a coincidence. Next, usually right after is what the call is.
Was not the Aditya. How do you evaluate the speech that has transcended about the mediators exam? But it's still my duties were yeah. You took us through such a wide range of emotions that, like somebody said, once in a while you listen to something that just it's different. It lights a fire in you that it's okay. Let me start. Right from the title, right? Yesterday I asked you what the title was, and you said "Why to Live." And to me personally, it's not a different card because I have been the biggest Potterhead for a very long time. I mean, at one point I put my Instagram username to Potterhead from so, but right in the title, it caught people's attention. You get "Boy Who Lived," and then everybody was like, yeah, I relate to that. Ultimately, you started off with right from the very beginning, your love for storytelling. And all of us have seen how good the storytelling you are. You tabletop assistant. The 2 minutes that you're given, you give such an intricate and wonderful story. But that is why I was looking forward to your speeches. How when you have those 6 minutes and what you can actually do. And I must say, there were so many elements. And for example, Subhani, you call him the epitome of hope, right? I will never look at Subhani in the same way because he's to all of us just this dumb guy, and then the way he look at things is very commendable. And we talked about how words flow through you. And just from that, I can say this, and from what I've observed, that one of the most experienced, the best speakers out there can vouch to this, right? And then when you have this feeling that the words just flow through you, that is a very good quality. And, you know, also, we have, as evaluators, we have certain boxes, like gestures, or actually, you manage to pick every single one of them, right? And then you started off with the entire thing, and then it's like, okay, I'm here and I'm there. But then, like, hang on, life's not always been rainbows and candies. I had this problem that almost hit my life, and you're like, oh, okay. And then you're like, you took it up a little further, you're like, okay, take a deep breath. Yeah, well, I couldn't do that. Man, that element that was very good. We could that way we could all relate to that. Okay? And then the way what I really liked was the way you referred to the third person, how you referred to the little kid of yours. That kid didn't give up hope, right? And then that was very good. And then we've heard the story of the compass, of how it doesn't point out. Then today again is very efficient. They're like me points now, and then I just had goosebumps. Uh, yes, and then we talked about everything. The boy who lived and which is here to stay. The title, you started off the bank, you ended at the bank, and then it was all bank. That is how it goes. And then, like Roshni said, all of them very embarrassing stories, but then yours too was an embarrassing story also, but it was also a story of hope. And it ignited a fire in me that will keep me going for a very long. And here I've just written, it has been an honor. Because truly that is what it's been. right? So all I can say is thank you. And oh yeah, one more thing. Just for the sake of it, maybe something that you could have included is something about your family, because I have heard you mention about your shared ancestry and all of that. But maybe that's a story from another book. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pranav. The next evaluator I'll be calling upon is Toastmaster Roshni. Toastmaster Roshni.
Firstly, congratulations on completing your Icebreaker. Unveiling my many layers. So that's a good introductory speech. Right after that, I'm doing an interactive. Yes, I too am a different person with depending on situation. So I can say anything about me a bit. Portray various versions about yourself, the social bodies, the butterfly, the quiet observer, and the jack of all trades. Doing a cartwheel while skating. I cannot skate and I can't talk. So I'm 6'2", I can't do it. So I'm just a master of none. You use humor with your kitchen mishaps of baking. You are able to connect it with your incentive to join Toastmasters. Your speech was well written, quoting yourself layer by layer. The speech had decent structure and you were able to follow up. So keep it up with decent speeches. And in terms of
10 minutes.
when it comes to the overall evaluation itself, your clarity of speech was good, but I think you could have been louder as Pranav was telling. Vocal variety wise, you could have used more tone variations. The standard tone was set from outside. Eye contact, maintain decent eye contact on this side of the field, but this side was just not there. And you just staring straight at Amma. So look at the golden triangle of eye contact. That end of the room, this end of the room, you go this way, you go this way. So you get to see everybody's faces. And just in body language, you are quite rigid in positioning. Could move around, but I will say move too much because I remember my icebreaker and I was marching around like I was a military sergeant. Okay. So move adequately. All in all, I would say a great speech with a few minor tweaks around. And congratulations once again, and I hope to hear more of your speeches. Thank you.
The next evaluator, individual evaluator I shall be calling upon is Toastmaster Malika. Evaluate Toastmaster.
I think it's always been ironical that I'm evaluating an evaluation since the reputation for always doing off time. But I'll be evaluating Toastmasters with a brief speech, and I'm going to divide it into two sections. I'll first evaluate your evaluation, and then I'll go to the interview. So under your evaluation, Toastmasters, I'm going to have another subsections. It's going to be listening, criticality, and structure. Now, it's very hard to listen. I think people underestimate how hard it is to listen, especially when you have like a series of speeches. And even if you were evaluating yours, focusing on that, I think the best part about your evaluation was that you listened well and that was very clear. So from the beginning, you started out with telling, okay, this is what I like about my speaker's speech. That is something I really like and something I hope to adopt myself. Coming to the criticality, I think the general criticisms were on point. So you did comment on the hand gestures, the eye contact, but this also where I feel you could have been a little more critical. I think in TI generally we tend to sort of sugarcoat a little, but that is not always advisable. You are evaluator because you are telling them what you can do better. So this is somewhere I thought speaker could improve, that is you could have more criticality in your speech. Third point is structure. Now, there are two ways to go about it. Either you have subsections. So you say, I'm going to evaluate your hand gestures and your eye contact. And you end up like evaluating towards, and you say this is what you did good. the section is what went wrong. But here I found that the transitions in your, when you were evaluating, the structure was pretty smooth. So in the beginning you said like, oh, okay, these are the good things, and then in the middle you said this is somewhere you could improve, and then went again to these are the things you did well. So instead of that, either you go for the structure I mentioned before, or what you do is you put all of the best parts about the speech in one section, and you can put, okay, these are the improvements in the other section. I think that will create some more clarity for whoever's receiving your evaluation. Coming to the delivery, I would like to comment on your confidence with the variety hand gestures and body language. I think hand gestures and body language can be a little hard to name because it's not a speech, but I think you did perfectly well there. Despite having notes, you did move around and it was fine. It was even unconstrained like I am. It was perfectly good. Confidence, I would wish you were a little more confident. I would wish you were a little more louder. I've seen you speak, so you were a very passionate speaker. Your voice does right. So I hope that it was impressive as always is. But I also understand that the room is bigger, so make it as loud as you can. Coming to the vocal variety again, loudness is something I'd like you to work on. So for recommendations, I would advise Toastmaster Ritwik that he focus on his physicality and his delivery with a very special emphasis on perhaps loudness and confidence. That's it. And over to you.
Moving on to the tactics report. MBA tactic, we have to move on to time. We keep it short, actually keeping it short. Let me call upon time with this, time and responsibility.
So, Toastmaster Himanshu, you spoke for 6 minutes 21 seconds. Toastmaster Roshni, you spoke for 4 minutes 40 seconds. Toastmaster Anand, you spoke for 8 minutes 7 seconds. Toastmaster Aditya, you spoke for 7 minutes. Toastmaster Siri, you spoke for 4 minutes 35 seconds. Now the table topic session, Toastmaster Sean, you spoke for 1 minute 12 seconds. Sir, you spoke for 54 seconds. Guest Chandra, you spoke for 1 minute 33 seconds. Guest Pranav, you also spoke for 1 minute 33 seconds. Guest Anand, you spoke for 2 minutes 17 seconds. And now the evaluators. Toastmaster Roshni, you spoke for 4 minutes 16 seconds. Toastmaster Pranav, you spoke for 3 minutes 18 seconds. Toastmaster Ritwik, you spoke for 1 minute 56 seconds. Toastmaster Pranav, you spoke for 4 minutes 5 seconds. Toastmaster Ashwin, you spoke for 2 minutes 20 seconds. And Toastmaster Malavika, you spoke for 2 minutes 44 seconds. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vera. Let me call upon the outcome. Toastmaster Roshni.
Okay, we'll keep it short. As short as you guys can have use process. Starting with Toastmaster Himanshu. 3 times and 9 times 3 times soya, and rest of it Samit will take because I was evaluating you. General evaluative, your source were 7 times, arms were 4 times. Could be more, but I might be convenient over there. Toastmaster Veda, your art was 2. And Toastmaster Roshni N, your count was 3, so count was 3. Toastmaster Anand, so twice, like once. Toastmaster Siri, heard 12 times, but 3 times, like thrice, maybe you more once. And Toastmaster Roshni was used 4 times. Toastmaster Aditya, I don't know if you didn't use fingers or I was too immersed in your speech. There is nothing here. Ambiguity. And Toastmaster Siri, back to you. So twice and 9 times, well twice. Toastmaster Puja, 5 times. Toastmaster Sean, and twice Thrice, so twice. Yes, Vishnu. So once, but once, myself twice. Yes, Shanmuga. Twice and twice. Yes, Pranav. Like once and thrice. Yes, Aravind. Yes, Aravind. So, 4 times, um, 9 times, 9 times, but still 5 times, 7 times, sometimes once. Toastmaster Pranab G, 5 times, 5 times, this twice. Toastmaster Ritvik, could have twice, once. Toastmaster Pranab Bhai, but twice, twice, uh, 11 times, and 9 times. I must say twice. There was twice, so thrice. Toastmaster Ashwin. 5 times, so thrice. Then once, but 4 times. Toastmaster Mahavika. But once, so twice, and once. 8 times, from once, but once. Could have 4 times, I think 5 times. And that is my accomplishment.
You're ready, Toastmaster making up.
Icebreaker and listening to all your reinforce my passion of with this video. First forward of the decade, we were used by 3 Toastmasters, including me, the other 2 are Toastmasters, Roshni, Toastmasters, me. Thank you, the rest of you. I'm very sorry. We shall go, I shall report to the usage first. So, I'm going to deliver my album premium to everyone. I'm going to deliver my album premium adding to everyone this day. Do not shopping. 4. Have a proper discipline, have proper discipline. Proper knowledge to teach. Use to get bullied, use to be bullied. Make it a sustainable change. Make a sustainable change. Motivational thing for me to deserve perceived by influence. Look myself in the mirror, look at myself in the mirror. Physical state, this is not this class is I was so tall, I was not tall. Opinions for what? Opinions of what? Alright, and Toastmasters Summit, you said 5 years stage where you will Toastmaster Roshni, and I know that it's an invitation of yoga to start with statement, but it's important usage for the person. Am I not audible? Imprinted trait, imprinted A or low trait, depending on the context, if we are interested already introduced the trait. You have never spoke before, you have never spoken before. Me and another participant and face planting myself on the yoga mat, face planting on the yoga mat is inclined faces first. The use of running sentences in particular is not good, especially when you're giving speech. A running sentence is basically a very long sentence, typically paragraph long, which doesn't have any pauses. And that is, you can see why it's a bad thing to do, especially when you're giving a speech, because you have to give kind of pauses for the audience to soak in whatever you say. So no use of running sentences when you are on stage. Pretty fine. Toastmaster Sean, I know you said pretty fine. I don't know why that sounds wrong, but it sounds wrong. I'm still find out why it sounds wrong. Something with, something from. Glad enough, I don't know who said that, but that also sounds wrong. I don't know why I just Gladden, gratitude, most love, beloved. Culturalistic, it's cultural. World is for different place. The world is a far different place. Alright, it's time for deliberate usages. Toastmaster Roshni, I love your speech. I was so impressed that I don't have a lot Just reading when you started, it was navigate through school, which is a good easy to come to like navigate. Emulate, which is it's not an unconventional word to use, but it's a movie's worth more than 1,000 pictures is an amazing wordplay on the original phrase, which is a picture is worth more than 1,000 words. Good use of movie terminology such as trailer, popcorn, movie, etc. It was indicated bilingual speech, which was almost structured really well. It was seamless and relatable except for the part with the crush because I don't like and those was Aditya wonderful speech again, no notes because I was too humorous, but whatever I've written is all princess. You don't choose the words choose you. It is an excellent sentiment to have. However, the words that I speak are not meant to be spoken by I should keep that. On a whim, which is a good phrase to use. Excellent conclusion. It was a similar ending where you started with the title boy who lived and this came to stay, which is a good finish. Toastmasters city. Use of imagery to connect with the audience. Picture me in a room. Picture me in a room, which is a good way to start off. Sound like a flying cat. I cannot relate, but I can understand what that sounds like. Relate to activity skills and estimated volume. Yeah, that's all the notes I have. And for the individual evaluators, I have taken code. No notes taken after afterwards. I would like to take Thank you. And thank you.
That was my typing report. You'll soon find a form. So forms will be circulated where you will find voting forms soon, and I hope all of you get it. Meanwhile, I should give my report, which is very short. Let me conclude let me point out the nice parts of the meeting, the parts that I personally liked. I like how the meeting was open, good people here, introducing the guests. I like that thing. I like that sort of interactive stage, with the stage. I like how Toastmaster Puja was waiting when one of the speakers were, they were giving their speeches. And today the speakers, the individual evaluators, table topic speakers, the prepared speakers. Oh my God, what? How much passion you guys have? Seriously, if you just spoke your heart out, I cannot say it's been a truly wonderful. It's a gold mine. Today's meeting was a gold mine to me personally. I couldn't listen completely because my energy was throughout all over, but honestly, it's a gold mine. I tell you. And I recommend certain individual evaluators, or even prepared speakers, they use a piece of paper rather than phone because it's really organic. I see phones, mobile phones, laptops every day, but paper, a book, the value that these things are, they cannot be replaced. And I like how Toastmaster Malavika uses these papers to do the evaluation. I really like how you do Toastmaster Malavika. Pointing out parts that could have been improved, that we really need to be improved. Started the meeting late, we are running very late. That's one thing I like. Road players to keep in mind. We got out the order, and certain parts of the time, certain people are directly mention the institution on this thing. I suggest that all of you listen to the Sergeant Arms rules. I suggest that you abide by it. Table topic sponsor, Toastmaster Puja is not here, but a gentle note to everyone: please be loud and please be clear when you're on the stage. You may not be clear, but do be loud because if you're very soft, then that sort of dulls the energy you have. I think that's all I really have to say. This is the end of my report. Thank you very much. Over to the President here.
Thank you so
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmasters. You are free, yes, you are free. People, I Please find the form that has been circulated. I will also vote. Give me a second. Confused. Who to vote? Can't ask the audience clearly. Who should I vote for? Oh my god. I have voted. Okay, the question is, should we have time disqualifications today? Because none of us respected the timer today. I'm sorry, Toastmaster, I disrespected you once. I saw the red card. I saw it. So today, as it's a special meeting, Icebreaker Marathon, we are going to excuse. Very rarely this happens, almost never. But then in today's meeting, there are no time. There are time disqualifications, but that is not considered for the awards. Here, so we will do vote, and I will give my concluding note. So I heard around 20 icebreakers in my Amrita Toastmasters club journey. And I thought, what could be different? I've heard that type of PC story, stuff PC story. I've heard movies, stories. There were some similarities in the icebreaker format or the way they describe their journey or they tell adventure stories. They sing songs, lots of variations, but still there was something different today in the way the speeches happened, the way they had a comfort level. Even if you're nervous, that connects the audience to the speaker in a way that they are being vulnerable and exposing themselves. So today the transformation, what to do. Protagonists being obsessed with a crush, naughty boy who lived. These are the one-liners to speech that I wanted down. No matter if you spoke for 4 to 7 minutes, but these are the things that I will remember forever. 5 stories on top of all of it. In the beginning of the meeting, I appreciated the day scholars and all. I appreciate the hospitals also because I know the bed is comforting. You all got a bit here. And the professors, research scholars, after a busy day of dealing with students and academic system came. So, each of you kind of stop. People are voting. Do you have the results? All of them? Okay. 20 people. Okay. So, what I was telling is, yeah. So most of you include Toastmasters as the final juncture or current juncture in your speeches, and to say you all kind of had a rotation that let's see where this is going from this moment where I have reached and I have told my story to you guys. I'm really excited, and maybe when you go to some other stage where you're talking about your life, I think this will be a middle junction in that somewhere, and that to witness that, and I think everybody in the room can say yes to that. The guests of the course, everybody. Now I have the results. And we have ribbons. So people be ready. Best role player. Excuse me. Gentlemen, elevated Toastmaster Samir. Best auxiliary role player. Premier Nikita. Best prepared speaker. Yes, Aditya. Toastmaster Aditya. Toastmaster Aditya. Best favorite topic speaker. Toastmaster Sean. I request all the just a second. I request the best graduated award winner, best state topic speaker award winner, and best speaker award winner to come to the stage. One by one. The speaker first. Best speaker first. Second, please. Yes.
Second one, guys. Second one.
Second one.
Best favorite topic speaker. This is anyway.
Okay. Congratulations, all the winners. The other people who wanted to get ribbons, the ribbons don't exist. Coming up soon, we are the courtesy ATC ribbons with all for all of you. So thank you all for showing up. Had a great meeting. I hope you have turned your days into a good fight from the Vikings game. And all the best for the exams. See you guys next week. I adjourn meeting number 290.